This podcast was recorded on the traditional lands of the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, the sovereignty of which was never ceded. We pay our respects to their elders, past and present, and extend that respect to all First Nations people.
Poster Boys. Wow.
Recording.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Sorry. I was going to say hooray.
Huzzah! And welcome to Poster Boys.
Because you said recording. I was like, okay, let's go. I got excited.
No, I think we're opening with hooray. Welcome to
Hooray.
Poster Boys. How have you been, Stacey?
Well, Harry,
You've done so much shit.
I've done so much, but the big one,
Yeah.
I'm a permanent resident now.
I haven't seen you since you're a permanent resident.
I know.
Can't get rid of you that easy.
I know. Do you remember when we had that episode where, like, we had a bottle of wine because I, like, submitted a form or something?
You, moved to the next stage.
Yes. And I was like, well, we have to celebrate every step.
Yeah.
I think that was in April. I want to say April.
That sounds believable. Look at you.
I feel so different. I just woke up and was like, wow.
They cannot get rid of me.
They cannot get rid of me.
Unless I commit, like, a federal crime.
Yeah, and I genuinely was, like, walking around. It's such a weird feeling because I was walking around Woolies and I was like, I'm a resident. Which just felt really silly. I was like, people probably think I'm a tourist.
This is my culture now.
I'm not.
I belong here.
Yes. So, yeah, that happened.
So that happened.
That happened.
Like a YouTube video from 2008.
Yeah.
Well, I did a thing, and that happened.
Oh, no, not I did a thing.
Taking you back to a dark time in your
I
life.
did a thing. So, guys, I did a thing. And all they did was, like, colour the underside of one strand of hair.
A bad
like
self-taught
green
ombre.
or something.
Well, yeah, because you did that. You moved.
Yep.
Since I last saw you.
Yep, we're in a new space.
We're in a new space. If it sounds different, that's why.
That's why we're still figuring out the acoustics.
Yeah, and since I last saw you,
Yeah.
I got really into women's basketball.
Oh.
And that's pretty much it.
Great! In the Olympics?
Yeah, I'm very invested in women's basketball now.
Like, do you think it's going to continue past the Olympics?
I think it could.
Oh my god.
I think it
That's
could.
a big impact.
Well, it's because I don't like sports. But I was watching the women's basketball and I was like, I don't know all the rules to basketball, but I can still understand what's going on.
So what is it that's intriguing you?
I think, compare it to like soccer / football, which is like the one that I think like people are most likely to like watch and follow.
Yeah.
Basketball is so much faster than soccer. A, the court's shorter. B, they're always scoring points or like turning over the ball as opposed to soccer where it's like, oh my god, the ball went into their half and then it went out of their half.
And you get one goal in 90 minutes.
Oh my god, literally. And then cause also basketball is quarters. It's 4 10 minute or 15 minute quarters.
Okay. So it must go quicker then.
It goes quick. I'm very invested in women's basketball now, and Australia got the bronze, and I think it was due to my support.
Well, that's excellent. I'm really thrilled for you. I didn't watch much of the Olympics, but I have been interested in the documentaries on Netflix. Like I watched the Simone Biles one. Well, I've watched one episode. Yeah. But then there's also one called Sprint, which I would like to watch because I'm fascinated by the fact that people can move that quickly.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
Yeah.
It's like, and I try to run fast.
I do try. Well, that's another thing you did. You ran 16Ks this morning or whatever.
I did. Harry, it was so hard. I haven't ran for 2 weeks. And I'm halfway through the marathon training. And I was like, okay, I'll do the long run today. So the weekend, I've just got a nice 10K.
And where's your Netflix documentary series?
I know.
Called
actually...
Marathon.
Yeah. Permanent
resident marathon group.
And I
Running for residency, there it is.
I thought, oh my god, yes.
But then also, isn't the marathon in New Zealand?
Yeah. Look, it's one of them where I'm like, I'm so excited, but then I did this run today and I'm like, I don't think I can do this.
hey, actually, this.
Yeah, it was so... Oh, it was just difficult. I was like maybe 13 in, or like 12 or 13, and I wanted to move quicker, but physically, I felt like I was putting one foot in front of the other and moving nowhere. And everything felt heavy. I was like, how is there people lapping, like, people going past me?
Well, because what I think may have happened is you may have accidentally got on, like, a travelator going the wrong way. Like at the airport.
Oh, yes!
That may have been it.
They do have them at the park.
Yeah, and it is, like, Mr. Bean style comedy.
Yeah. So...
Also, it was weird when this morning, like, well, the other day when you're like, oh yeah, I have a run in the morning, but I'll be done by, like, 10:30, 11. Because in my head, a run, I was like, there's no way a run lasts any longer than 20 minutes.
Well, that's the other
I couldn't conceive of a run longer than 20 minutes.
This was the other thing, is I was checking, I was like, how long have I been running for? Like, I wasn't looking at the distance, I was looking at the time, and I was like...
Both are a trap.
Yeah, I've been running for such a long time. Some people like to run in miles because there's less of them. I like to run in kilometres because they're over quicker.
Yeah, I like to run in usually shoes. Sometimes shorts.
Flippers?
I was about to just make the most blue joke I could have.
Blue?
As in coarse, as in adult.
Oh.
Vulgar, unseemly.
Vulgar!
Always a cock ring.
Oh.
And that may or may not stay in. I might bleep it.
You should bleep it.
Yeah.
That's what keeps people on their toes.
Is censorship?
Yeah.
Should we talk about this film that we're going to watch?
I think so. I think as we've not seen each other for a while, so this is also like... We're catching up.
It's Conversation Corner.
Yeah.
It's like Bella's bedroom.
Oh god, yes. Didn't we say this last time? Conversation Corner?
Yeah, but I cut it out of the commentary.
Oh no!
So now it's new.
Yes, okay, Conversation Corner.
Yeah, we're having a conversation. We're not even in chairs. We're on your spare bed.
My spare bed, which doesn't have a sheet on it yet.
And it's so spongy. And I hate a spongy bed.
Oh, well...
I got a fucked up back, though.
Well, you can... When you stay over, you can stay on the sofa bed. That's rock solid.
Oh, no, I was kicking you out of the bed. Me and Lee are gonna...
Oh, okay. That's good to know, because I wouldn't mind staying in here.
Yeah.
This is...
Because what happens upstairs, none of my business.
Yeah. If
None of my
I
business.
don't know about it, then it didn't happen.
Oh my god, you're like a housewife from the 50s.
Yeah.
You're like a side character from Brokeback Mountain. Anyway, second half of New Moon.
Yes. I can't believe we're still here.
Well, I'm sitting here being like, let's do a recap, but it won't take long to do a recap of the first half of New Moon, because nothing fucking happened.
Nothing happened. Where I remember it leaving off was it when it was raining and Bella was like, you got a tattoo, you cut your hair.
Yeah, like my mum.
Yeah.
Whenever I rock up in my parents' house, like, what have you done?
Yeah, what now? And I think that's the...
Well, no, because then she got attacked by werewolves. Or she got attacked by Laurent.
Yeah.
And then saved by 5 gigantic wolves. And she's like, oh no, the wolves are going to get killed by the vampires. It's like, bitch, context clues.
Yeah.
Those are not regular wolves.
They're not.
And where we left off was Jacob was climbing into her window to join her on her bed for Conversation Corner. As we are right now.
Yeah. We are emulating that exact
God,
scene.
life imitates art.
It does.
And this film.
Yeah.
What are we expecting?
Is there 2 parts of this one? New Moon?
No, it's just the one film. The one contiguous film.
Oh, contiguous. Because I was like, if there's another part, then I'm expecting more nothing.
If there's another part, if every single film of the Twilight series was split into 2 parts, I wouldn't be here right now.
No.
As in this country. I'd be in the UK applying for permanent residency there.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I'd need to get as far away from this as I could.
Okay, nice. Good to know. Good to
Swap
know.
position.
Yeah.
We, the parent trap each other. Princess and the Pauper.
Gosh, yes. Like wife swap, but like you go live with my parents.
Sure.
They're so cute. They're very welcoming.
I'm a lovely house guest.
I'm sure you are.
For a few days.
And then,
Then become a menace.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Then I inject my rules.
This is my house now. What were we saying? What are we expecting? I can't wait for Edward to show the fuck back.
I was gonna say Edward's gonna come back.
You'd hope. They go to Italy or whatever.
Do they?
Well, from that, they started with that flashback of Bella running through the streets of Italy and everyone was in red.
Yep.
So I think she goes to Italy. Mm-hmm. I feel like I have some sort of sense memory of that's where Edward is. He's in Italy for some reason. With the Volturi. The vampire nobility. Remember that world building that is definitely well integrated into the plot of the movie?
Yeah, sure.
You know how at the beginning of the film they're like, look at this oil painting of some old Italian people?
Yes, the world, yes.
That was it. That was
The
all
world building.
Look at this oil painting.
The building was short.
It was worldly.
Yes. And that's all I have to say.
I'm expecting that. Do you think she's gonna kiss Jacob?
I mean, why not? Sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'll pad the hour a bit.
I'm like, do I want her to?
That wasn't the question.
No, it wasn't.
If the question was, what do we want to see?
Yeah.
It'd be very different answers.
Not
For me, the end credits.
Yeah. The final song.
Also, speaking of seeing, it was pointed out to me by my friend who listened to the previous episode. You know how we were sitting there and be like, where's the new bloody moon? Where's the new bloody moon? Where's the new moon? She did remind me that a new moon means the moon is fully dark.
That is true.
That is so true.
And I should know that.
And that's named that because Edward isn't there the whole time. He's absent. His absence is felt.
Right. I should know that because if you look...
I am staring directly at Moonology Oracle cards, Moon Spells, Luna, Moon Magic for Higher Wisdom. I'm also looking at Paddington Bear.
leaning over you.
He is looming. He is sort of unbalanced and
He just keeps
ominous.
an eye on you. Like, he makes sure that whoever stays...
But how can you... Because he's that bucket hat, you can't see his eyes.
I can see his eyes from here. Can you not see his eyes?
No, he's a shifty character from my perspective.
No, when you're here and you can see his eyes.
Okay. It's like the opposite of the Mona Lisa. His eyes do not follow you around the
I do
room.
not. You have to find his eyes. So yeah, that's... I should have known that about the moon. And look, I apologise to Grandmother Moon. Because she had my back recently.
Grandmother Moon?
Oh, that's what I call her.
Why not Mother?
Because she's old. She's been around for a long time.
Alright, clocked.
Grandmother Moon. She's done a lot for me recently, so...
Good for her.
I
and you.
apologise. Yeah.
And you apologise.
Yeah.
Because contrition is next to godliness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not a sentence that makes sense.
I don't know what contrition means.
Like being apologetic, being contrite, being sorry.
Your vocabulary, I've said this before, is outstanding.
Well, it's what happens when, as a child, you read a shitload of books and don't go outside.
Like a good boy.
No, not like a good boy, just like an inside boy.
And you live in an outside country. Australia is very much an outdoor place.
I do know what you mean. It took me a second.
Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone here loves being outside.
Well, not everyone.
Except for you.
Except for me. It had to be different.
But...
I'm not like other Australians.
who's got a good vocabulary?
Me, bitch.
You have.
I stuck my tongue out twice doing that.
That's good.
Anyway, shall we?
Shall we?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Shall we sit back, relax, and
Enjoy.
well, we'll see.
Is that the word?
We'll see.
Okay. Oh, I'm getting sick of watching her having nightmares.
We just started.
No, it's a night.
In general.
Yeah, like it's constantly.
With 2 frames in, and you're like, F this.
I hated that. Why did she do like a JoJo Siwa dance? Before he transformed into the wolf. They're not as jacked as Jacob.
No.
But they're probably happier. What's going on here?
Why were they like, she knows we're werewolves. Let's go hang out in the cabin with her.
Is he...
You gotta be careful. She's fast.
Is he trying to smash?
Fast she is.
I think he has been this whole time.
It's a little insulting.
What?
She wants to die so that she can be with Edward.
She didn't even jump, she just sort of awkwardly stepped off. In jeans as well? The chafe. I feel like Bella hasn't done beach safety.
She hasn't.
No.
This feels problematic.
In what sense?
We can't romanticize what's happening here.
What? Yeah, I agree, we can't romanticize drowning.
No.
Come on, Bella. Breathe.
That's terrible. He's obviously not done his first aid.
Oh my god. The elbows weren't locked. He did maybe 3 pumps.
He also wasn't leaning his body weight over.
Yeah.
And he did no breaths.
And also, before he started, he just kept going, breathe, breathe.
Breathe, Bella.
Which is the part, I haven't done first aid training in a while, but I don't remember the part when they're like, first thing you want to do is just remind them to breathe. Because they may have forgotten.
It must be nice never getting cold.
It's a wolf thing.
Oh, do werewolves, like, run hot? The most, like, first thought, like, well, I want it to be torn between 2 guys. What if one of them's really cold, and the other one's
Toasty.
really hot?
Very cozy. Oh, so he's saying if we had an argument or whatever and I got mad at you and I'd, like, bite your face
Oh
off.
my god.
Wasn't that, like, what Edward was saying?
Same shit, different day, honestly.
Yeah. You can't change people, Bella. You just can't.
Go to Jacksonville, find a nice Floridian boy,
Yeah.
knowing how she'll fall in love with a weregator.
Would you like to explain to me how you're alive? I saw a vision of you. You jumped off a cliff. What about...
I didn't try to kill myself.
There was water and everything.
I was cliff jumping. Recreationally.
Recreationally.
You're not going anywhere. You're gonna come back, right?
As soon as you put the dog out.
Why are they being so, ironically, catty?
Why are you so rude?
Swan residence.
Not your house, dude.
Who was that? What?
It was Edward, who's in Brazil for some reason.
Why didn't you let me speak to him?
She didn't ask for you.
It's your house!
Why did you answer our phone?
I'm guessing you didn't rent this car?
I figured you wouldn't be opposed to Grand Theft Auto.
But she had time to put on that coquettish little Italian headscarf. And driving gloves.
Which I love, by the way. Is she trying to stop him from committing suicide?
Yeah, he's gonna like walk into the sunlight and reveal himself, and then the Volturi won't let that happen, so then they'll kill him.
Okay.
Yet again, they've explained the dramatic stakes of the climax about 30 seconds before it happens.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
Oh, and he's gotta take his shirt off.
Don't do it, bitch.
Oh, hello!
Hello, V-lines.
Cum gutters, as they're sometimes called. Never heard that before.
That is disgusting.
I didn't come up with it.
If you just didn't jump off that cliff, then none of this would have happened.
Yeah. And no one made her do that.
No. Who's that?
That's Dakota Fanning. You little evil vampire Dakota Fanning, hello. You know what I don't buy? That Bella had a passport.
She's never left America.
No.
Interesting. I see nothing.
Boring.
She actually isn't immune to having her mind rage, just so dull.
Yeah, she got nothing going on.
Please! No! No, please! Please!
Please, please, please.
Kill me, not him.
Wait!
Now what?
Literally same.
I needed you to have a chance at a normal, happy life.
You're telling me you looked at Bella and you thought, yeah, there's a chance she'll have a happy life.
Yeah, a normal life.
Yikes. How is the film still going on? The climax was quite some time ago.
No.
I love you.
I love you. Everyone's like, sorry.
Come again?
What?
Don't make me choose. Because it'll be him.
What an awful thing to say to someone.
Yeah.
I love you, but I will never choose you.
I will never be with you.
Bella, you absolute dog.
And I was never planning on being with you. I've only ever wanted to be with him. But I do love you.
God, this scene. One vampire, one wolf, one fucking dog.
Yeah.
I have one condition. If you want me to do it myself.
Do what?
Turn her.
Oh.
And then forever.
Get to the point!
Marry me, Bella.
She's 18.
Oh, for God's sake.
Is that how you answered as well? Like, no, you answered by crying.
I did. I was sobbing.
Oh, I've seen the
Fully
video.
Sobbing
And
uncontrollably.
backing away.
And backing away and hyperventilating.
God love Israel.
It was a lot more than...
Oh my god. And we're back. We're literally sitting across from you on a sheetless bed.
It's quite
Legs
autistic.
crossed. It's very strange. It's really strange.
Next time it will be better.
So they always say.
I'm going to get some cushions at the weekend.
God.
And a sheet.
Great.
I've just been so busy.
I've been flat out.
So busy.
Not too busy to record this podcast though.
No, this is my priority today.
Yeah. So we finished New Moon.
How many more films are there? 2?
3.
3?
You can't keep forgetting and then remembering how many Twilight films there are.
What are the next ones called?
Eclipse,
Oh yeah, that's then the
Breaking Dawn 1, Breaking Dawn 2.
I keep forgetting about.
But let's not
No,
look
okay.
ahead to what awaits. Let's think about what we just experienced. So I also realized that I wasn't taking notes. Bad student.
Oh yeah, it's because we're in a new setting. We're just getting used to it.
And I'm also just...
Stop caring.
What did I ever start? So we open in Conversation Corner.
Yeah.
Bella and Jacob are talking about...
What? Nothing.
Yeah. And then
Nothing.
Bella... From that conversation, Bella's like, in the middle of the night, he's a werewolf. Goes to his house. He's asleep, but she's like, I need to see him. And she like pushes in.
Yeah.
And then he's asleep. And then there are other werewolves outside. And then she runs up to them really angry. And then Jacob wakes up and becomes a werewolf. And then the 2 of the werewolves have a fight. And then they all go to this werewolf cabin in the fucking woods to hang out.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. Again, it's another one where like nothing's happened.
Nothing.
Did that film need that whole film could be summarized into about 15 minutes at the start of the next film. Do you know what I mean?
There was there's so many conversations.
Yeah.
So many conversations.
That are empty.
But are extended by people going, no, wait, stop, hold on.
I know.
Like if
Can we just not?
the heart of film is primarily a visual medium. Film, you want the narrative to be driven by action. Like literal, physical, you want to see people doing things.
Something, yes. Not action as in like pow, bang.
Just action isn't like the storyline should be based around people physically doing things.
Yes.
It's not around people having like 100 conversations with the same people. It's Bella and Jacob have about in a row maybe 6 conversations in various settings, and I don't know what any of them are about.
No, nothing.
And then the fact that the dramatic crux, the turn is Alice thinks that Bella is dead because she had a vision of Bella jumping off a cliff. But the vision didn't include the large amount of water that she landed in. Mm-hmm. So Alice is like, damn, she's dead. Turns out she's not.
She's not, and she wasn't trying to die.
But then the fact that Edward comes to believe that Bella is dead.
Yeah.
Because he calls Bella's house. Mm-hmm. Jacob, for some fucking reason, picks up.
Don't ever pick up the landline in someone else's house.
Clearly, Edward says, I need to speak to Charlie. And then Jacob says, he's not here. He's busy arranging a funeral. And then hangs up the phone.
Yeah. And then she's like, why didn't you let me talk to him? And he's like, he didn't ask for you.
It's not your house.
It's not your house. He assumed she'd be there to answer the phone.
The fact that the whole plotline hinges on Jacob being pissy on the phone means Edward's like, well, I have to go to Italy to kill myself.
Yeah.
Or to ask the vampire government to kill me. And then they say no, so I'm trying to trick them into killing me.
Yeah.
So Bella has to fly to Italy.
Which is a long way from America. It's a very long way.
It's just...
It's all just
And then
quite
and
backwards.
then she's running to him, and then she grabs and she's like, "Don't do it," and he's like, "Bella, you're here." And then the film keeps fucking going.
It just doesn't stop.
The one moment of action was Bella, like, running through the plaza, through the fountain. Wet shoes, gross.
And jeans.
Oh my god, the chafing.
Oh,
Chafe
wet
city,
jeans.
bitch.
Awful.
Awful. But that's the one moment of action. That's the only time anyone did anything.
It did not need to continue for as long as it did. The whole film also did not need to be as long as it was.
Yeah, because then there's literally like 20 minutes of like Volturi, like vampire,
Oh, when they were all in that room,
just touching each other.
yeah,
Just
and
saying-
being like, "Well, let me have a turn. Can you? Are you
my
immune to
God.
my powers?"
Let's show off our powers, like fucking show and
Children.
tell, show and tell at fucking Charles Xavier's Academy.
Yeah, children, childish.
Well, Dakota Fanning was a child.
But why was she in it? What did she do?
She's a vampire. She causes people pain because you know how she said pain. And then
Oh, what's your magical spell for causing people pain?
Pain. Creative. Ugh.
Good one, Dakota.
And then doing a vote for getting turned into a vampire? Is Bella trying to run for office? What's going on?
I don't know.
You all know what I want.
Another birthday party. The last one sucked shit.
I already consider you my sister. Yes.
I vote yes. It would be nice to not want to kill you all the time.
Keep it light, Jasper.
Jasper, for God's sake.
This isn't a life I would have chosen for myself. And I wish that there had been someone to vote no for me.
Such a fair and valid point.
Yeah.
Rosalie's the realest bitch out here. I've been saying it this whole time.
It's not a very convincing speech.
Why does she want to be a vampire?
Is it so that she can just be with Edward without being like...
Without aging.
Without aging, and also... Yes,
I think that has to be it, right?
because she's always also harping on about how she's human, so she's nothing. She doesn't believe that she is anything because she is a human.
And she's not, but it's not because she's a human. Because she's dull.
It's because she's got nothing to offer.
Yeah.
At all.
I can't imagine. She's not going to be an interesting vampire.
No. She's like, oh, I'm a vampire now. Okay. Okay.
Still dull.
It's still
Oh
boring.
my god. Yeah, because I'm just trying to think. So she wants to age along with Edward.
Yeah.
It's like, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
What's a boring couple? Go for it. But there's a lot of downsides.
Yeah.
Can't go out in sunlight without arousing suspicion. I feel like the big one is probably never-ending thirst for human blood.
That's a big problem.
I feel like maybe she's not considering... Like, Jasper's there as an example of, like,
Yeah.
that's just not easy. And Jasper's a freak, but still.
Yeah. Jasper's argument was like, I think you should be a vampire because if you're not, I will ravage you.
It's not a great
It's
solution
like-
to the problem is, well, Jasper wants to eat someone. Well,
We'll just have to turn him into a vampire so it curbs his temptation.
literally. Oh, because
He just needs some self-control.
I can't imagine... I'm really not buying whatever Bella's selling in terms of wanting to be a vampire.
No. She's not... Look, there's more cons than pros.
Yeah. And also, like...
Way more.
Like, living forever... Not that I've been given the choice. But it doesn't sound that good.
awful.
Sounds wretched.
It sounds awful.
Sounds terrible.
It doesn't sound good.
Living forever?
Forever. Imagine the...
I currently, with my human lifespan ticking away, I'm bored all the time. And I know I'm gonna die.
You know that there's a time limit.
Yeah.
here.
And yet still, I'm bored and can't find things to do with the day. Imagine
I
that, but
know.
forever.
I'm struggling to keep up with technology. Like, I'm at the
Oh my
point-
god.
I'm at the point where I'm like, things are starting to feel tricky.
Oh my god, we need to see Edward try to use a fucking laptop.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
We need to see Edward get into a fight with Siri.
Yeah. That's what would stress me out, is that I'd be like, I don't care about learning more about technology. And there's all this evolving stuff. Can you imagine being alive forever?
Oh my god. It sounds bad. Straight up and down, it sounds bad.
Yeah. My dad has often said to me, not often, but like,
I was often promised to turn you into a vampire.
he's often been like, I'm glad that,
I'm gonna die.
How do I phrase this?
I don't know, how did you phrase it?
He as in, like, I'm glad I'm not going to see any more, like, big technological advancements because I don't want to be around for, like, robots. And,
I don't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to there, is he's like, I'm very happy with the way my life has played out and I don't need to imagine it in, like, 50 years into the future.
That makes sense. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because I'm also starting to think like that. Like, the amount of times Lee and I have been like, oh, thank God, I'll be dead before this is a problem.
Kick that can down the road.
Like, you go to all these, like, AI conferences and you're like, oh, I'll be dead. This is not going to affect me.
Yeah, I don't...
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, no, I don't... I don't want to live forever. And you may quote me on that. So
who wants to live forever? Not me.
God, it's really like... And to have Rosalie there, voice of reason, lover, being like,
why would
no,
you
this sucks. This Bella, this blows ass. And then her Emmett, her brother/boyfriend, being like, my vote's hell yeah.
Yeah.
How are they?
Thanks, babe.
How are they a couple? What's going on there?
She's having the worst time every single day, and he's like, "Isn't this great?" She's like, "No, it's awful. I hate it." If she can just go out in the sun and die, why doesn't not that I'm? It's like euthanasia, right?
Yeah.
Like, you've been alive for 200 years. You're done. Okay.
Tap out.
Tap out.
Yeah. Come on, Rosalie.
You've had an extra 100 years than most, well, an extra probably 120 than most people would get, basing that on an average lifespan of 80.
Rosalie's kind of being, dare I say, greedy? She's being selfish.
She's like, oh, I don't want this. Okay, then don't have it.
Because you're filling up the spot of someone who wants to be there, i.e. Bella. They have a 1-in-1-out policy.
Yes. She's like, I vote no because we're full.
There's a Seki who's just like, sorry guys, it's 1-in-1-out, we're full up for the moment.
I'll let you know. Well, what's the wait time? A few thousand years.
Until Rosalie gets sick of this shit.
Yeah, which is never. She's kind of like, oh, I hate this, but she would never, ever do anything about it.
No, she wants it both ways.
Yeah.
Rosalie, I mean, I still love her.
She was like the voice of reason. Now we're like, hang on.
Hang on a second.
You're doing nothing about this either.
Oh my god. Did anything...
There's no plot point here, by the way. That's why we're talking about this.
So
Because
wait,
nothing happened in the plot.
Well, I'm trying to... Because the very end of the film...
Yeah.
Oh, again, not even halfway through the story, we end on sort of a proposal? Sort of?
Sort of, yeah.
It's like
I have one condition, and then he takes 5 minutes to explain the condition, and then he's, marry me. And she goes,
There's hiccups.
Yeah. What do you mean? And then, what, we're going to open on the wedding in the next film, probably. I don't know.
I don't think so, because...
Is she?
She's
18.
She's still in high school. And also, like, 2 scenes beforehand, he was like, oh, your dad's never going to forgive me. It'll take a lot. Also, what if you get married?
Yeah.
God, poor Charlie.
Not going to ask permission.
Poor motherfucking Charlie.
He's like, why have you decided now to come to me?
Why has my daughter decided to enter my life and make my life an absolute miserable hell?
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh god.
Oh.
So it's a new house, I bumped the shutters.
We're still getting used to the space.
the
shutters. Do you know, I have to, this is going to sound so pathetic, but every single morning I'm like, oh, I need to remember to like go around and open up all the shutters around the house.
So you're just like sitting in it's like a black pit.
Yeah.
If you have to remind yourself, I feel like it's worth it to not be sitting in a dark...
In a dark dungeon. No, it's not a dungeon. It's a very nice house. I like it here.
Well, currently we're in I've heard described as the reading nook.
Yes! The reading nook! It's going to be really cozy. The first thing we did was... No, not the bookshelf. The bed.
Oh, hello.
We did
this
bed that
was a family-friendly podcast.
This was all a built-in, which is great.
Oh, I love a built-in.
And then we did the bookshelf, which is looking great. By the way, this mattress came like rolled up and vac packed, and then they put it out, and you can't sit on it for 24 hours.
Because it like springs out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have to leave it for 24 hours for it to be like
Like a cooling off period. Like Edward wants for Bella.
Yeah.
Segue.
There's always a segue.
God, I'm good. But the fact that he's like, give me 5 years, and she's like, 5 years? That's too long. Well, you want to live forever.
Yeah.
But then again, Bella's perception of a 25-year-old, she's like, I'll have grey hair, I'll have crow's feet.
Yeah.
My tits will be down on my knees.
Yeah.
Like,
I will be crepit. Is that the word? No, decrepit.
Decrepit.
Decrepit. Is
Is the opposite of decrepit crepit?
Is crepit a word?
Oh, I'm feeling very crepit today, all spry and lively.
Yeah.
I'm so energetic, I'm so crepit.
Yeah. So decrepit is you've got no energy.
Yeah.
Decrepit. Crepit. I would assume.
It's a rap name, crepit.
No one steal it.
TM.
My rap career is pending.
There's also a treaty. They keep talking about.
Yeah, I don't really understand that.
I
I haven't mentioned it because I don't get it.
I think it's like the treaty between the werewolves and the vampires, allowing them to live in the same place safely.
Right. But if Bella's a vampire, that treaty gets broken.
Because
why?
if the Cullens bite someone, it violates the treaty.
Right.
And so turning Bella into a vampire would constitute biting. And Bella, with a great grasp of like politics and diplomacy, was like, "But it's nothing to do with you."
Yeah. This is
So girl, so true.
It
Our
actually,
mistake.
yeah, it actually does. It is to do with me.
I like being like, this treaty, these are the conditions of it. Well, it has nothing to do with me.
No,
But I'm not saying it has anything to do with you. I'm saying these are the conditions of the treaty.
yes.
You can't just be like, well, that doesn't apply to me.
Yeah.
What are you, the US?
But she is very much like, again, best of both. Like, I want to be part of this world. Oh, but actually, this has got nothing to do with... This is my decision. It's got nothing to do with any of you. This won't affect anybody else except me. No, it will, actually. You're breaking this treaty. And that's going to mean that, what, Jacob wants to bite her?
They'll be forced to go to war because the only thing keeping the werewolves back from killing the vampires is the treaty. It's like, just, bitch, move.
Yeah. You just
The
don't live there.
Cullens can move.
You just live somewhere else.
Truly. Just go north of the border. Go to Vancouver.
Yeah.
It's lovely there. It's dark, it's rainy, deeply expensive. It's everything they could ever want.
Have you been to Vancouver?
A couple times, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's a lot like Sydney in that it is, except colder. Because, it rains all the time and it's really expensive.
And I was going to say it's expensive.
It's like one of the most expensive property markets in the world. It's like Sydney, Singapore, Vancouver are always like in the top 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Here we are.
We're amongst it.
Yeah, in rental properties.
Which will be the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Whatever. I've accepted it. Everyone's like, we just bought a house. And I'm like...
By everyone, do you mean...
People that don't live here.
My younger sister? Oh, bitch. In Brisbane, though, so...
Are different.
Yeah.
So different.
Yeah. If anything, a punishment.
Do you know when we were looking at coming to Australia and living, it was between Brisbane and Sydney.
You picked good. And I don't even I love Sydney. I actually just hate the heat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't stand the heat.
You're not born to be here, are you?
Guess not.
You were just born this way. I don't choose this life.
A weird scene of clumsy coming out metaphor. Have you ever considered not being a werewolf?
Do you know how they're like, oh, he doesn't want this? Like,
They're not like that. Bella's like that. Apropos of nothing.
Yeah. It's like me saying, like, oh, I don't want to be English. Like, but I am. Like, he doesn't want to be a werewolf. So
Yeah, but you
is.
shouldn't want to be English. Yikes.
But, like, do you know what I mean?
Have you looked into the history of England? Yikes.
Well, can't you find a way to just stop?
What is this clumsy, queer allegory?
It's not a lifestyle choice, Bella. I was born this way. I can't help it.
It's not a lifestyle choice. I was born this way.
This is... Lady Gaga plays in the background.
Yeah.
Even not knowing how the mythology of the werewolves work in this world, Bella, you know that's not how it works.
It's not. Even I know that's not how it works.
I'm struggling with my werewolfness. Oh, have you tried not being a werewolf? Oh, I could, but I'm so cool. I want to stay being a werewolf. What the f*** are you talking about?
I know.
What are you talking about?
Because I raised that point relatively early on. I was like, but he doesn't have a choice. She's saying he doesn't want this. He doesn't have a choice. It's who he is.
He broke a fever.
Yeah.
And got a tattoo and cut his hair and became a werewolf.
Yeah. Why? Wait, I haven't actually processed this. So he's
I think
not
it's-
always been a werewolf?
No, he like became. I think it's like it like comes over you after puberty or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. You have to cut your hair, get a tattoo, and
That sounds like...
stop wearing shirts. And start wearing a lot of cargo shorts. And
Oh, but did you see the jean shorts?
so
Down to
many
the
jeans.
knee?
They're all the worst cut. The least flattering cut. And not a belt to be seen. How are those staying up?
Oh, dear. Not a single belt.
What's going to happen after this? They're pseudo-engaged.
I just don't know how there's 3 more.
Because I think I do know from external knowledge that the last, like, 2 films,
Yeah.
they, like,
Don't
they
say
might
good.
get married, but they, like, have a baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But then what happens in the next one?
It's going to be another filler one. I think this was like a filler movie. And the next one will also be a filler movie. And then...
That's 50% of the storyline.
Yeah, that's the point.
Are we calling number 1 some, like, great... Oh, no, because number 1 looks better and better by the day. Twilight, I can sit down and watch. Like, I won't.
I will never watch it again.
I'll be the judge of that. Doesn't make sense. But I cannot think what's going to happen in the next one.
Mm-mm.
Maybe they get married at the end of it. Oh, there's Victoria. The redheaded...
She just comes around and kills people, doesn't she?
Well, that's the thing, because famously each one of these movies needs to have a murderous vampire and some, like, world-building shit.
Yeah.
Very on the outside.
Yeah, not a highlighted moment.
They get one scene at the beginning, they get one scene at the end.
Yep, that's it.
That's it.
And then the middle plot? No plot.
The fact that as they were driving, Alice was just like explaining to Bella, by the way, the stakes of this scene we're about to see. Edward wants to die, but the Volturi don't want to kill him. But if he publicly exposes himself as a vampire in this Italian town, then they'll have no choice but to kill him.
Yeah.
She explains 30 seconds before that's
was
resolved.
driving in her red driving gloves and her scarf.
And her cunty little Porsche or whatever.
It was kind of a vibe. I was like, I'm kind of here for this.
It's just... Also the fact that Bella is like, oh my god, Alice, my best friend. You've had like 2 conversations.
And she sends her so many
emails.
She's like, I wrote you. Dear Stan. No,
Oh my
Slim.
god,
Dear Slim.
imagine Bella on a dating app. Jesus.
Oh, it would be relentless. Hey, baby, you there?
Hi, I noticed you blocked me on a Hinge, but I did work out your email.
Hey, right back.
Just wanted to touch base.
I saw you've seen my message and you didn't reply. Just wanted to check in.
What if it's true? What if all fairy tales are true? Bitch, you're emailing a vampire.
Yeah.
What if?
Also,
it is.
What about the whole, like, Jacob, I love you, but I will never be with you?
Ice cold. Ice cold.
Freezing. Edward's skin is cold, her heart is cold.
Oh my god. And Jacob is hot. Burning up.
He's such a warm boy.
Not emotionally.
No.
He's very hot and cold, ironically.
Yeah. Oh. Look, I don't know.
Final thought? Final rating?
You go first. Let me think.
Pain.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You?
Like, it's all just so empty. Like, my whole brain is trying to find, like, a symbol.
It's like Edward trying to read Bella's mind. There's nothing there.
There's nothing there. Yes! Okay, there's my rating.
Yeah.
My rating is Edward trying to read Bella's mind and there's nothing in there.
Yeah.
That's
Again,
how I feel about
not
this.
immune to mind reading powers, just dull.
Just dull, nothing going on.
Alright, what's the next? I haven't got the spreadsheet
What is
up.
the next? Let me have a look.
I have a fear,
Oh, do you?
but I don't want to say it in case I jinx it, even though this has already been settled.
The next one is called Love and Distrust.
It's not... We're not going straight into Eclipse. We get a breather.
We've got 2 breathers.
2 breathers, 2 whole breaths, 2...
Yes.
It's like getting proposed to twice.
Yes. We have Love and Distrust.
Oh my god, love and distrust.
Yeah.
So speaking about dating apps, Jesus.
Is it going to be a rom-com? Maybe.
Or a hard-hitting romantic drama.
Yeah.
So many options.
Oh my gosh, we're really getting through this discography. Filmography. I think it's lunchtime.
I've been so hungry for like an hour and a half. And I didn't even run anywhere. Alright, so Love and Distrust.
Love and Distrust is coming up next in how many weeks, Harry?
2?
2, correct.
Full of doubt for a second. Oh yeah, ending call to action. That's what you were doing. Please continue.
That's what I was doing.
Sorry, I just peeled back the curtain for no reason.
Love and Distrust in 2 weeks. 4 clips and snippets and extras. What can they follow us on socials? That came out wrong.
Yeah, that was bizarre.
What's our handle?
@PosterBoysPod.
And where can you find us?
Instagram, TikTok. That's it, I think.
YouTube,
that's true. I was thinking about apps that I have on my phone.
And you don't have a YouTube app?
No.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
That adds nothing to the
Don't overshare much.
Now, listen, if you're enjoying the podcast as much as we are not enjoying watching Twilight, make sure you give us a rating.
Making this all worth something, please God.
Please, we are...
Please.
That's the second
Comment
reference.
and review.
Share with friends.
And enemies.
And colleagues.
You have colleagues that aren't your friend or enemy? I have nothing.
Well, they just kind of fall somewhere in the middle, no?
I have nothing in the middle.
No? Everyone in your life is either a friend or an enemy?
Friend or foe.
Wow.
It's not friend or foe or other.
Ooh.
There are 2 genders, friend and foe.
Okay, well, thanks, bye!
Cheers, love.
I love that.
Thanks.